And we're on the phone today with Elisa Donovan. You might remember her from the film Clueless. She was also in films like 10 Things I Hate About You and A Night at the Roxbury. She was on the TV show Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Today we're talking about her new book. It's called Wake Me When You Leave. Elisa, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
Well, you've got a new book out, Wake Me When You Leave. Can you tell the listeners a bit about the new book?
So this is a memoir about, over the course of a very short period of time, I lost my dad to cancer, my television show was canceled, and the relationship I was in with the person I thought I was going to marry ended. So basically, my entire life was flipped upside down, and I had to kind of rebuild everything and figure out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, who I was. And through that whole process, my dad started to come to me in these dreams and kind of otherworldly sorts of experiences that really helped me to heal. But it's also funny. It's also a funny book.
Yeah, you go into a lot of heavy stuff in the book, as you mentioned. Was it tough to kind of relive all of this, or was it maybe more cathartic in a way to get it out into the world?
Yeah, I would say that it was both. In the beginning, when I first started writing it, it was really just because it was helping me to just function, to kind of get my feelings and emotions out. But then over the course of the revisions and having the distance that I have from it, it really became a very cathartic experience where I felt like I really wanted to share this to help other people. And I do believe it's truly a hopeful book. And, that just shows that when we can come through challenges and great grief and difficulty and come to the other side and have a fuller and happier life, which is something that was quite revelatory to me.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the book and the experiences that you went through, helped you to get where you are today. Obviously a much better place. And, I'm sure the book will help a lot of other people out there maybe who are in a bad spot realize, to not give up hope.
Yes, and I really think that, when we're, with grief in particular, it can feel so isolating and as though no one understands what we're going through, and it can be very lonely. And I hope that when people read this book, they'll feel more comfortable in sharing their own challenges, because I think that's really part of what helps us to move through them, is to be able to process them with other people. I mean, a lot of the process has to happen on our own. You have to kind of walk through the grief yourself, but I hope that people feel more less isolated going through it, so that they can feel connected to other people and that we can feel more comfortable sharing these kinds of experiences.
And Elisa, I've read the book will be made into a film as well, and maybe you'll be directing it. Is that true?
Yes, so the film version is in development right now. I have written the script, and I will be directing it. And we have a great team of producers, and we are in the process of getting the financing, and I will not be acting in it. Someone else will be playing me, because for a multitude of reasons. But I'm super, super excited about it, about telling the story in a visual way, and it will be my directorial debut. So I'm really thrilled about it.
Yeah, that is awesome. Are you hoping to maybe transition more behind the camera now, or are you still going to maybe do some acting down the road? Or?
Yeah, I would still, certainly. I mean, I'm an actress at my core, so I certainly don't want to ever stop doing that. But I really do feel a strong pull towards this other direction of writing and directing. It's incredibly fulfilling for me, and I feel that it's really partly what I'm meant to do. So I am excited to continue to write, and eventually I'd like to act in some of the things that I write, but this first one, it just feels important that I focus on the directing and the writing of it only.
Definitely.
This particular story, yeah.
Well, again, the new book, Wake Me When You Leave, is out and soon to be a film. And And Elisa, you had your breakthrough role, I'll call it, with the film Clueless. And, that film has gone on to become, kind of like the Goonies or, E.T. for a younger generation. Yeah. Did you sense maybe that would be, such a classic when you were making it?
That's it's a question that I get asked a lot, and it's hard to say. I can tell you that it certainly felt as though everything was operating on all cylinders, that everybody was at their best, from the actors to clearly Amy directing it, to the production design, to the costumes. So it felt like it was this very well-oiled machine. But we were also young, and it really was the first thing for many of us that was of that caliber. So I think we were just really focusing on the work and trying to do as good of a job as we could. But as soon as I saw it, the first time I saw it at a test screening, I thought, I think this is going to be quite successful.
Yeah, I don't think a week goes by I don't hear somebody quoting that movie, saying, something reeks or, whatever, or, one of your lines in that film.
People usually remind me because I don't remember a lot of the things, and then I'll say, that, right. I don't, so I'm constantly reminded of it. And it's great. It's really thrilling to be a part of something that brought people so much joy and continues to.
Well, you've been in a lot of films like that, and TV shows as well, Sabrina, and a lot of other roles. Not many actors have had kind of that chance to have these iconic roles in both TV and films. That's great.
Yeah, I feel pretty fortunate, I have to say. I feel like I hit the jackpot a couple of times, which, as you said, doesn't really happen that often. So I'm counting my blessings over here. And the experience on Sabrina was so lovely. It was like a big family. Melissa is terrific. That was a great couple of years as well.
Well, I know the book is just out. Is there anything else maybe you're working on or something else we should watch out for?
I just recorded the audiobook, so that should be out in the next couple of weeks. And I did shoot a show that I'm not supposed to talk about. They like to not have you not talk about things so that they can make them a big deal.
Sure.
When they premiere. But I will say it's a reality show that will be on next year. It was incredibly fun and very zany, and I loved it.
Awesome.
So that's what's happening for the moment, yes.
Excellent. Elisa, thank you again so much. It's been great speaking with you, and the book looks great, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on the big screen.
Great. Thank you so much, Dustin. This was fun.
And again, that was actress Elisa Donovan. Her new book, Wake Me When You Leave, is available now, and soon that book will be made into the film, Wake Me When You Leave.